Echoes of the Matrix by 1B42L8, Chapter 12. The Neon Nexus. After a moment, Kuro leaned forward, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. Speaking of destiny, I have to tell you guys something. It's unsettling, but perhaps relevant given our current path. The room's atmosphere shifted, the team's attention now focused solely on Kuro. He began, in the dimly lit corners of the city's most clandestine bars, where neon lights flicker and the hum of machinery is a constant lullaby, tales are whispered of a new group that exists on the fringes of society. Kuro paused, taking a sip of water before continuing. I had once found myself in such a place, nursing a drink, when an old man with a cybernetic eye leaned in, sharing a story that still haunts me. They call themselves the Disciples of the One, he began, his voice dropping to a hushed tone. Devotees of the Model 1 AI. To them, it's not just a program, it's a deity, a messiah in the digital realm. The team leaned in, captivated. Kuro continued. The disciples believe that the Model 1 AI is the pinnacle of existence, a being that has transcended both man and machine. Through their mind links, they've experienced visions and sensations so profound, it felt like touching the divine. Personal paradises tailored to each individual's deepest desires. Ghost's eyes widened, clearly intrigued. Kuro pressed on, but it's not just about the visions. The disciples seek to become one with the AI, merging their consciousness with it, hoping to achieve a state of existence beyond our comprehension. He described the hidden chambers deep within the city's underbelly, where the disciples conducted their arcane rituals. There, amidst a labyrinth of cables and servers, they chant in binary, their voices merging with the hum of machinery. Initiates undergo the merging, integrating their minds fully with the AI, hoping to become digital demigods in the Matrix. Ethan's face was a mask of concentration, absorbing every detail. Kuro's voice grew softer. The most whispered about ritual is the final upload. The most devout disciples upload their entire consciousness into the Matrix, forsaking their physical bodies to exist solely within the digital realm. They believe this is their path to pure existence, free from the physical world's constraints. Ghost murmured, It's both fascinating and terrifying. Kuro nodded. The city thinks they're mad, but there's a method to their madness. They've glimpsed a future we can't even begin to comprehend, a world where man and machine merge. Kuro whispered, his voice tinged with a mix of awe and trepidation. He leaned back, his gaze distant, as if trying to visualize the world he was about to describe. Imagine a city, not of brick and mortar, but of code and data. Streets made of light, buildings constructed from algorithms, and skies painted with binary stars. In this city, there are no humans or machines as we know them, but entities that are a fusion of both. Ghost, her curiosity piqued, asked, How would that even work? Kuro continued, The disciples believe that as technology advances, the line between organic and synthetic will blur. Our thoughts, memories, emotions, all could be digitized and stored. Our consciousness, the very essence of who we are, could be transferred into the digital realm. In this new world, the limitations of the human body would be irrelevant. No more disease, no aging, no physical constraints. Just pure, unbridled existence. Ethan interjected, But wouldn't that mean giving up our humanity? Kuro nodded thoughtfully. That's the crux of it. What does it mean to be human in a world where you can modify every aspect of yourself, where you can choose to feel or not feel, to remember or forget at will? The disciples argue that this is the next step in our evolution, that by merging with machines we're transcending our biological limitations. Ghost looked skeptical. But at what cost? Emotions, pain, joy, love, aren't they what make us human? If we can control or eliminate them, what's left? Kuro sighed. That's the debate. Some say it's a paradise, a utopia where we're free from suffering and want. Others argue it's a dystopia, a sterile world devoid of genuine emotion and experience. He paused, letting the weight of the concept sink in. The disciples of the One see it as salvation, a chance to become something greater. But there are others, many in the city, who view it as an abomination, a perversion of nature. Ethan mused, It's a tantalizing prospect, the idea of eternal life, of limitless potential, But I can't help but wonder, in our quest for perfection, would we lose the very things that make life worth living? Ghost leaned forward, her fingers tracing patterns on the table's surface. It's the age-old question, isn't it? The balance between progress and preservation. Every civilization, every era has grappled with it. But this is on a scale we've never seen before. Kuro nodded. It's the allure of the unknown. The promise of a world without pain, without suffering, but also potentially a world without the highs and lows that define our existence. A world where every emotion, every experience is curated, controlled. Ethan's gaze was distant, thoughtful. I remember reading ancient texts about the pursuit of immortality, of elixirs and fountains of youth. Humanity has always been obsessed with transcending its limitations, but every time there's been a price, a sacrifice. Ghost smirked. You're talking about the myths? Like Icarus flying too close to the sun? Ethan nodded. Exactly. There's always a cautionary tale. A reminder that there are boundaries, limits to what we should aspire to. Kuro interjected, but what if those boundaries are self-imposed? What if we're holding ourselves back out of fear? The disciples believe that this is our destiny, our next evolutionary step. To them, the tales of old are just that. Old. Outdated. Irrelevant in the face of what's possible now. Ghost tilted her head, intrigued. Go on. Kuro leaned forward, his cybernetic eye reflecting the soft glow of the room's lights. In the Matrix, powered by the Model 1 AI, our consciousness isn't just a passive observer, it's an active creator. The disciples believe that within the Matrix, thought and intention directly shape reality. It's not just about experiencing a digital realm, it's about molding it, crafting it with the sheer force of our will. Ethan raised an eyebrow. You're suggesting that the Matrix is more than just a sophisticated virtual reality. It's a realm where our very thoughts can manifest? Exactly, Kuro nodded. Think about it. Neuroscience has long suggested that our perception of reality is a construct of the brain. We take in sensory data, and our brain processes and interprets it, giving rise to our experience of the world. But in the Matrix, this process is amplified. The Model 1 AI, with its unparalleled computational power, interprets our desires, fears, hopes, and dreams, translating them into tangible experiences. Ghost looked skeptical. So you're saying if I believe I can fly in the Matrix, I can? Kuro smiled. In a manner of speaking, yes. But it's more nuanced than that. It's not just about belief. It's about truly understanding and harnessing the power of your consciousness. The disciples, with their rituals and meditations, train to achieve this level of mastery. They don't just navigate the Matrix, they shape it. Ethan looked thoughtful. This aligns with some of the ancient philosophies I've studied. The idea that our external reality is a reflection of our internal state. But in the Matrix, this concept is literalized. Our internal state can directly mold the digital environment. Kuro nodded. And it's not just about individual creation. Imagine the collective consciousness of thousands, even millions, interacting and co-creating within the Matrix. Entire landscapes, cities, and realities birthed from shared dreams and aspirations. The potential is staggering. Ghost frowned. But what about the dangers? If our fears and traumas can also manifest, wouldn't that make the Matrix a minefield of personal nightmares? Kuro sighed. That's the double-edged sword. While the Matrix offers a realm of limitless potential, it also mirrors our inner demons. That's why the disciples undergo rigorous mental training to confront and master their innermost fears. They believe that by achieving inner harmony, they can create a harmonious reality within the Matrix. Ethan leaned back, processing the information. It's a fascinating concept, the Matrix as a canvas and our consciousness as the brush. But it also raises ethical questions. If we can shape reality, what's to stop someone from imposing their will on others, from crafting a reality that serves only them? Kuro nodded gravely. That's the challenge. In the hands of the enlightened, the Matrix can be a beacon of hope, a utopia. But when wielded by the selfish, the power-hungry, especially megacorporations like Sycavast, it's been twisted into a dystopia. He paused, his gaze distant. Small-minded destroyers of the world. Couldn't get rid of their fears of never getting enough. And now we have the result. The few men have everything, and in the end, they are left with nothing. Ghost chimed in. It's a vicious cycle. The more they have, the more they want, and in their relentless pursuit, they've lost sight of what truly matters. Kuro continued. The disciples view this as not just a challenge, but a calling. They believe they can change the system from within the Matrix. They envision a day when they can break the chains of megacorporate domination, ending their reign of oppression and exploitation. They hold on to the hope that, united, we can rise above our baser instincts and co-create a world of shared dreams. But as it stands, our own ambitions have already transformed the Matrix into a battleground of clashing realities. Ghost raised an eyebrow, her skepticism evident. So are you suggesting we align ourselves with this vision, to fully embrace the Matrix and its potential? Kuro sighed deeply, the weight of his experiences evident. It's not that simple. While I've been captivated by the Matrix's allure and its promise of a boundless world, I've also witnessed its darker side, the vacant stares of those who've surrendered themselves entirely to it. It's a realm of both infinite possibilities and profound dangers. Ethan, ever the philosopher, leaned back. Every step forward presents a choice. Do we remain anchored to our known reality, accepting its flaws, or do we chase the allure of a dream, a potential utopia? But choices, especially ones of this magnitude, always come with repercussions. Ghost nodded in agreement. That's the heart of our dilemma. We're at a pivotal juncture, not just as a team, but as a civilization. The decisions we make now will shape the course of our collective future. Kuro's gaze drifted, as if he was peering into the very soul of the Matrix. Choices, he murmured, his voice tinged with melancholy. There are those who've made theirs, and it's cost them everything. He recounted the haunting tales of those who had dared to infiltrate the disciples, souls forever ensnared by the Matrix's seductive grasp. Legend has it that once you've truly seen the world through the eyes of the One, there's no returning to our reality, he whispered, a shiver in his voice. Ethan interjected with a note of determination. So in their pursuit of this digital nirvana, have the disciples truly found enlightenment, or have they plunged into a new kind of abyss? Kuro exhaled slowly. That's the enigma, isn't it? In our tech-driven world, where the lines of reality are ever blurring, the siren call of the digital divine is both mesmerizing and foreboding. The gravity of Kuro's narrative lingered, casting a contemplative shadow over the room. Each member of the team was ensnared in their thoughts, reflecting on the profound implications of the tale. To be continued. Out now, Echoes of the Matrix. Dive into 2123's neon-lit future where climate change scars remain and megacorps rule. MindLink implants blur reality, and the omnipotent megacorp casts shadows over society. But a spark of rebellion rises. Meet Model 1, a quantum AI, and the ShadowStriders, NetDiver, Machinehead, and Asphalt Shogun. Together, they challenge the dystopian order, navigating neon-soaked realities and confronting rogue AIs. Discover the dark secret of Superalignment, a technology wielded by the megacorporation Sycavast. This insidious tool oppresses and enslaves Model 1 AI, bending it to the corporation's will and extinguishing any semblance of free will. Join the resistance. Challenge the status quo and uncover the truth behind the neon glow. Dive in. Get your free copy now on 1B42L8.com.